What's up? Just doing chores and hanging, so just wanted to be available in case you guys wanted to ask any questions. So I'll just have you guys up and periodically be checking in. So good to see you. So how's everybody doing? How we doing? That's kind of cool. Hey, Jeff. Any questions? Or if you see that question, I'd love to know your take. So yesterday I answered a lot of those in the live. So I'd love to know if you get any messages that people feel more comfortable based off of your shares or the people that you've interacted with. While you're doing that, I'm just working on kind of things around the house. That's pretty much it, just to hang out. Hey, Dapper. If you have a question, you can just kind of put it in there. I'm starting to get used to using Instagram Lives a little bit more. just messing around. It's so interesting. It doesn't refresh. Hey, good to see you. Just hanging out. If you have questions, great. You know, I'll just kind of do my morning routine. Got the kids coming over a little bit later, and I'll probably be putting on some tights here pretty soon. But yeah, just thought I'd hang. Say hi if you had any questions. I am not wearing right now. So do you have any recommendations if I go put some on? I'm just doing chores around the house. Spanda, what would you like to? Hey, a singlet? Nice. I actually do have a singlet, but I typically don't wear it. Actually, you know what? I gave it away to a friend who was actually much more into that type of stuff. All right, bright colors. All right, that sounds good. Because I'm already wearing bright colors, I may put on something that matches that, and that'll just be fun for temporary. But during the day, I probably would either change the tights or change, the top. So, but yeah. Got it. Well, it depends. If you're going to stick around, I may put them on now. But if you can't commit to sticking around and doing some chores with me, And then I'd love to hear your answer to the question below. Nike Iso Chill, is that a thing? I have Nike Pro Combat, footless tights, for sure. What up, tights dude? What's been going on? Anybody? The one that there's 2 sets of curves down the thigh. Ooh. If you could direct message me what that is. I have the ones that have like a sheer panel that goes down the side. That's more of like a mesh, but it's definitely thinner. And like on the white, it kind of looks almost sheer. How we doing, guys? I'd love to know what your answer to the question is. If you could only wear one pair of tights, what would it be? What's the style? What's the brand? What's N to N? I have no idea. Oh, is that like 2Exist, like 2X? I have no idea what 2NN and N to N is. I don't know what N10 is. Oh, send me a couple direct links. I may have to give them a shot, because as much as I love, the thought or the concept of wearing like footed tights for, working out and stuff, it just doesn't work for me. So typically I'll wear more of a spandex, but I'm always looking for better options there. Nike tends to be pretty expensive, but I know that they can even get more expensive. So just was kind of curious as to what you like. Dave, M&S, deniers. Let's pin that as the pinned comment. It's the latest. And Dave, you got to explain why now. So tell me why your deniers Marks and Spencer tights are your go-to. And it's good to see you, by the way. We haven't chatted in a bit. Kabocha Otter gave me those Kapow tights, so I actually have a pair of Kapow spandex tights as well. Pantyhose and socks. Good to see you. Just doing chores. Nice. Who wants to come in? Gay for PH. You can come in. I just approved you. If that's the thing, is I get to control that. But yeah, I did just go ahead and approve you to be able to join. Feel free to come in. And if not, try again. And then if you have any questions, guys, feel free to put them in the with the question and answer thing at the bottom right. Oh, oh, you know what it may be? Because maybe I'm putting in there we go. Try again. Let's see here. Accept. Gay for pantyhose. Try again. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Uh, um, all right, I just invited you. Do I buy tights every month? Well, let's let's take an adventure. Um, so my curated setup. So we'll pick out a pair of tights to rock here. Um, so this is kind of my current setup. It's all a mess right now. Um, so here is the so like here would be yesterday's wear, which was the nude opaque and shine dance. So I wore these sheer tex shine. Here are like the nude sheers, and so like here's like kind of the organization of them all. So then black ultras, and so let's see here. There we go. What's up?
Bravo. Wow, that took a bit.
I know, but we finally got it.
Uh,
What's going
I'd
on?
probably, not much, just hanging out. It's hot.
It's hot where you live.
I know. Can you tell? Here,
It
let me
looks
go to
really hot.
the
Look at
pool.
that.
I know, right?
I love it. So what's been going on?
Not much. I know that doesn't sound like much, but yeah, not much. I don't know what else to
Right?
say. Just enjoying life.
There we go. All right. I think I'm gonna go put on some red, 422, just to hang out since I'm wearing like a red. Somebody wanted to see kind of colors, so I was like, you know what, I can do color for now. And
Yep.
but yeah, are you wearing?
It's close to 90 degrees right now.
So no, that's a pretty easy answer. But there is a thing called air conditioning. But yeah, you know what's funny is I just pulled out like black jeans and red, so I'll probably end up looking like Rufio from Hook. So
And at least it's cooler there.
it is. It's like 70.
Oh
It's
God.
70 today.
I,
I know. What's that like?
I know. I know. We'll return to that one of these days.
Yeah. So, but yeah, new job's going good, and
Oh, good.
just doing chores. Got the kids coming over later.
Ah, that's what I thought. I
Yeah.
just, you must be busy these days.
Yeah. No, I am. It's you know, it kind of keeps me locked in though. So it's just kind of it is what it is, and
Are
but I got
you
people that.
enjoying? How
What
is
was
it? Are
that?
you enjoying it? Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I am. It's very stimulating. So I do a lot of like three major areas that I'm doing is relationship building, studying, and um, how do I want to call it? Consuming. So, for example, I'm studying actual hard content about the technical nature of what I'm selling. I am consuming colleagues' content via video and audio and written transcript and using ChatGPT and large language models to assimilate that information, find pattern recognition between the things I'm studying for the external regulations that I have to combine with the product select that we have, and then balancing all of that out with the relationships and then the prospecting, the clients. So taking a look at the data to go validate out in the market. So keeping it as specific but also as generic as possible because it's just one of those things where I think like the big lesson learned is using large language models to
Mm-hmm.
learn and to onboard is a game changer. um, like I hit all of my 30-day targets in around 20 days, so within 3 weeks I hit all my 30-day targets and I'm almost halfway through to my 60-day targets.
God,
um,
it's already been that long.
yeah,
Jeez.
I'm technically on week 5, but week 4 in the office.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hijack the whole tights
Nope,
conversation.
worries. So what have you been up to in the tights world and wearing?
Yeah, no. Focus on putting on the tights.
I know, right? There you go. So I got to be like way out of the camera. So, but yeah, it's but
Well,
no,
I'm glad to hear it.
what's been new with you?
You
I know you
know,
said not much, but
that
just like from a tights perspective, anything new? Any
well, the
discoveries?
problem. Here's the difficulty at this time of the year. I can't. It's just too hot. It is just too hot. And if I do wear, it's on the days that I do Pilates. But then I get home and I'm just like, okay, can't do it. Just can't do it.
Yeah,
I try my best. But the only thing that balances it out is, as you know, is just painting my nails. So I feel
yeah.
like I'm in flip flops, so it compensates for
So
it.
tell me
So
yeah. So tell me about that. Like, why do you paint your nails?
I've always thought it looked good with tights.
Hmm.
That goes way back. That goes back further than the tight stuff. So it's always been a part of me.
Do you feel like? I mean, I think painting nails is one of those that's really kind of like like a sister or a brother to kind of the hosiery
Yeah,
culture, which is like,
absolutely.
and then like
Absolutely. It is they're linked. For
I'm
me, they're linked.
yeah, and
So
I'm not necessarily trying to age you, but I do think that like you came up in more of the in the U.S. culture, like the AIDS crisis and
right, right,
being gay. It's in your name,
right.
gay for pantyhose.
Yeah, yeah.
What did that mean? Having you know, what did it mean to be kind of have the desires to paint your toes while still maintaining, let's just say, a certain level of masculinity? Um, and being potentially seen as different. Like, how were you able to navigate those waters?
Well, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. Because so much of it was um just, at home. And then it was actually the nail polish that started the whole thing where I felt comfortable enough to wear that out first
Hmm.
before the tights. The tights thing came much later, which is kind of odd. You
Yeah.
would have thought it would have been the other way around, but they're very much tied together. But the nail painting came. Uh, Wait a second. I was wearing tights first, but then when I combined the two, because I actually kept them separate, but then when I combined the two, it was like, okay, there's something to this. So it completes the look for me.
There we go. Yeah, so
And
like like for my early days as on here, I painted my toes a lot more. Um, Predominantly in like the last year, it's more about just affording the pedicures.
right,
Um,
yeah,
so
because I
that just
can't.
kind of became more of a luxury. I may
And
have to
I'm
give
good.
away these tights I'm wearing. They're technically too small.
Oh God.
It's weird. I haven't. Maybe I just put on too much weight. They fit, but I will most likely be
Wait.
giving
Let's
these away.
let's go back to the put on too much weight. That's part of the discussion
I
here.
know, right? Oh, jeez.
That's not nice. I'm not being very nice. Sorry about that.
No, it's more they just don't come high enough, so the crotch is saggy.
Oh, got it. Got it.
All right, here we go. Let's see.
Oh wow.
There
Wow.
we go. So yeah, the red and the red. The guy who came in was like, "You need to wear a bright color," and I'm like, "All right, fine. I like the challenge."
That is a bright color, but it
These are
goes
the
well with your sweater.
yeah. So these are the 422. These are 422 from. They're like the organic company. They supported the San Francisco meetup. Every guy who came, they
Oh,
got free tights, which was really cool.
oh wow. That was,
Let's see.
yeah. Gosh, that's almost 2 years ago now.
It's crazy.
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's insane. Now, okay, so you always wear your tights without socks and shoes.
Correct.
Interesting. I always have to have some sort of sock on, whether it's a no-show or whatever.
Sure. And what does that do for you?
It cushions it better. It doesn't slide around, and I'm always worried about a run. So, it's a layer of protection. But of course, I don't want it to show. It cannot show. It just doesn't work that way if it was showing. So,
Nice. So, does that make you more inclined to wear higher deniers? Uh, I got corrected yesterday on the live that it's denier,
not near,
not denier, but I
and
still
that
like
it,
denier. It's like Oregon versus
right.
Oregon. Um, and
An
I actually
American.
I like being corrected on things like that sometimes. But yeah, so do you typically go to higher denier because of higher durability?
No, so that's the very reason why. I mean, I always tried to wear a lower denier, and that's why I needed that protection.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, if I answered the question
Yeah.
correctly.
No, you.
So, I stayed away from 20, um, and, and only now recently, and up even higher than that, just
Mhm.
because the quality is good. So, but 10 and 15 and 8 all, you know, work with protection. I guess it's just protection.
Can you hear me all right? I got you on headset now. Can you
Oh my gosh, what are
hear
you
me?
doing? Making the bed?
Yeah, yeah. But can you hear me okay on the
Yes,
headset or
yes.
do you? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm making my kids' beds so before they get here. So, but yeah, I was like, I might as well hang out with people while doing the chores. Keeps me locked in. I was getting tired of doing co-working focus mates, which is what I
No,
use to get
that's no
stuff done.
most.
So just I like
So,
making this stuff. But yeah, what's up?
so how much of a commute do you have? And I
So my
noticed,
so the
Go ahead.
commute that I have is I have like a 7 to 8 minute scooter ride to the train, and then the train is 40 minutes, 35 to 40 minutes. It's
Mm,
kind of like from the airport in Seattle to downtown.
mm-hmm.
Then I have like a 5 minute uh, scooter ride through Pike's Place Market, and I'm at work.
Oh,
So
wow.
I work right near the market, which is really exciting.
Yeah, yeah, I think I saw that in one of the pictures. And the scooter can
Uh,
just go with you.
the scooter can just go with me, which is great.
Jeez.
It's a nice perk for sure.
And
Um, yeah.
and I'm assuming you just wear under your pants.
I have not worn. I wore for the first time a couple days ago underpants. I'm establishing. I would love your take on this because I talked about it a little bit in the Instagram live that I did, where um,
Sorry, I missed that.
you should be sorry. I guess
Oh, I
high
wanted
level.
to.
Well, thank you. That's cute. The, the I feel like it's almost irresponsible of me to wear tights in a way that's like non-uniform because people's livelihoods are dependent upon me establishing trust and credibility in order to represent them on the front lines in the sales world. So
Right.
that is,
I think
um,
that's smart. I think
and
it's
eventually
the
I will wear in the office, but
right,
not in front of a client. And I what is kind of interesting is in my space, the typical way of communicating with clients is on camera, not on site. But in my
right,
in my preference, I need to establish credibility. There's a couple people that they're not very personable at work. That's just are like get your work done. Have influence over my success there, and so
right.
I have to establish credibility with them prior to uh yeah prior to being a little bit more bold and wearing tights. But I absolutely will. It's just one of those where I have the credibility with people there to establish the safety needed, but and they won't care. But it's more of I want to establish the business side credibility to where I don't know if I came in and our main sales rep was dressed up, you know, uh, in a very high contrast way professionally, where they show up, in something maybe more costumey or atypical, you know, there'd be some uncertainty of like, well, is this person trustworthy or stable enough in order to represent me and my family? If my family is dependent upon that person, can I trust them? And I think establishing that I can bring in business and that I'm trustworthy is more important than my individualism. Um, but I don't feel like I can't express myself. So I think both are true.
Yeah, no, that's good. I think that's those are important considerations. You can't ignore them, and I think it's important to honor them too. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, I know how bold it was when I just started wearing tights under my pants at work. No socks, no nothing. That was huge. And
I
yet,
mean, and how did you
it was,
feel? Like just the
oh, I
ability of
felt
being able to
wonder.
meet
Oh,
your
it
own
was,
needs.
it was, um, it, it felt very liberating. Um, and I think I told you this, somebody called it my power suit. It just added
Yep.
a different dimension in being able to speak your voice or speak my voice, in air quotes. So it was important. Um, and I'm glad I did it. Just glad I did it. No, that's as far as I went corporate wise. Um,
And you
I
have a
never was.
really, I mean, you've told me your journey. Like, what, what, what has your journey looked like in the last 3 to 6 months? ask the question and making this, it's there's not many people that are hanging out. So
I
it's
know
hard to make it
I feel
super
really
interactive.
bad. I know.
No, it's
I know I feel
fine.
really bad.
It's fine. Um, but it's not what these are about.
No, I get it.
Let's see here. So there was this question I got that was kind of curious. Do you get messages from your followers that they start feeling more comfortable wearing outside? And that reminds me of you being so
Oh,
kind to let
absolutely.
me know that I've inspired you to,
Oh,
wear more
absolutely.
outside and stuff. And so how would you describe how would you describe how Nylon Seattle has helped? But then also, how because you've been in this game a lot longer than I have. So like what are those areas that, of course, as soon as I say that nobody shows up, people show up. It's just so they can see kind of I mean, part of this is tight, so they got to see a little bit. Um,
Yeah, no, no,
how
absolutely.
how has Nylon Seattle helped you? And then let's just say in the last 6 months, because you've followed me now for a couple years, like what like in the last 6 months have you picked up? Secondly, what about maybe from 3 years ago plus? Let's just say go 10 years back to 3 years back before Nylon Seattle started. Like, what were some of the influences, to help you? Because a lot of people don't know that. And I can get the photo to put down there of like when we were all together in Seattle with Oscar and, some others, what some of those influences. So I'd like to hear maybe in the last 6 months, how's Nylon Seattle impacted you? And then secondly, like before Nylon Seattle on Instagram, what were some of the ways that the community impacted you?
First of all, it's all about validation. I am not feeling I'm alone. Every step of this journey, I always got a cue somewhere along the way that said I'm not the only one. And once I got that cue, it gave me, I'm going to use air quotes again, permission to be myself. And it is one small step at a time. Um, and whether it was nail polish, whether it's makeup, whether it's heights, I can't think of anything else. Those are the most important things because I want to look good, you know? The makeup was another piece of this. Nobody, um, and I'm not talking, full on. It is to look good. And,
Would you
it's
say
one,
like for looking good for you is like maintaining a masculine cultural heteronormative aesthetic, like
right. I call
non-lipstick,
it,
maybe lip
right,
gloss or like lip
right,
coverage or
right,
some
right. It's
foundation?
a boy look. I call
Mhm.
it a boy look. It's a total boy look. That's why
Got it.
even with the nail polish, it's always a boy color. And I'm not trying to be, I'm not into the gender thing. I just like that look. And
You like
that's what
feeling put
works for
together
me.
and like tight meaning like not in tights, but just tight, put together, things flow, package like like a suit would look, like everything's
Right,
coordinated,
right,
flow.
exactly, exactly. And you've seen that. So
Yep. So people
it
should
is
follow you.
not, so not, it's not a red, it's not a pink, in
Uh-huh.
nail polish as an example.
Yep.
Um, and it's not makeup that I'm not trying to look like uh, I'm wearing
Uh-huh.
women's makeup. It's about enhancing my looks. And
Okay.
all of this is about my choice, the choice that I
hmm
have. In
So people like if I
that,
said to you, how would it make you feel? Like this is just role playing. This is not how I feel, but like, okay, you're just wearing makeup to try to look younger and like hold on to your youth. Is that a
not young,
critique that would impact
w-
you?
uh, not younger. I just want to look as good as I can possibly look.
Okay. So what's the difference there? Like,
So I'm not trying to be something I'm not. So I'm
okay.
not trying to be young. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to
No,
like
no, no, no. This
split
this is
hairs.
important. This is important. There's a reason. There's a follow-up reason why it's technically a loaded question, but I think it's a point that I think you're raising that I want to kind of clarify, but I love it. Keep going.
I embrace my where I am in life, and I just want to look as good as I want to, and I want to have. I don't want to be restricted by what choices I make based on my gender. I guess that's yeah, that is what it feels like. So tights are a choice, just as makeup is a choice, just as nail polish is a choice. Those are the three main areas, really, when I
If you
think
had to
about
stack
it.
rank, what would they be? Most important to least.
Of those three,
Yeah.
oh, tights first, because tights goes way back.
Hmm. What percentage
That was
of your tights journey is sexual? How much of it is to feel complete, or
it
kind of like the
started.
same way that a makeup is?
It, it started out as sexual all the way up until I got, I would say, my gosh, it was a good 60 to 70%. And now it's a part of my clothing. It's just a choice I get to make. So it's not sexually driven as much, which which is interesting because I talked to someone years ago about that. And we talked about why aren't you wearing daily or could you wear daily? And somebody said, this person, I forgot, it was somebody in San Francisco who said, I don't want to wear it daily because I don't want to lose that. For somehow his thinking was if he wore it every day, he would lose that sexualness associated with it. And to some degree, I can understand that. It just becomes a normal everyday thing, but the quote unquote titillation of it would disappear or would be lessened. And that wasn't the case for me. It just wasn't the primary driving force anymore because it became much more everyday. And it was okay. It was really okay. And I liked that because it was a choice.
Yeah.
And I
So
wanted to have that choice.
I love it. It's it's cool to hear like the nails, the makeup, and the tights. I have been tights curious or makeup curious from a very similar spot, but then like I feel like as soon as I say that, like I would wear makeup or a cover for something like that, just because I guess I was talking about it. Like I have no problem wearing sheers uh that are nude or natural. I would love your take on this as a makeup guy. Um, and I have no shame on NylonSeattle saying that I pick my legs after shaving because I have ADD, and
Right.
I've learned
You've said
very
that
much in
before.
the rooms that like, so it's not like the imperfections, but because I like the reason why I wear is for visual like flow. I typically like to wear like a 30 to 80 denier tight because of the lines and the touch. Like, so the touch on the outside, but the touch on the inside. I shave my legs because I want that like connection with the tights so that if I'm going like this, it's not like rubbing on the hair, which is not, like
Right,
no
right,
judgment for
right.
other people, but
Right,
my
right. Of
preference
course
is
it's not.
that.
Right.
But then like when I visually see those imperfections with the tights over it, it when I'm wearing tights, I want it to be like I want the lines perfect. Um, like not perfect, but near perfect and
Hmm.
cover that up. And so I find that to be very interesting to me because it's like it's not that I'm afraid to show you the the imperfections of my skin. It's part of who I am. Like I can't control it. People pick scabs. Like it's just something that people do. Um,
Right, right.
I can take care of that actually. I've gone to a dermatologist and I think that's worth giving people honoring. Like if you struggle with that, I completely understand. I am working on things like my anxieties and I'm also working on, maybe saving up some money and getting like laser hair removal because I have a desire to have perpetually shaved legs. But like a tattoo, I want to make sure it's something that this just nylon Seattle just isn't a phase
Hmm.
where it's like I don't want to just do it if I'm not necessarily comfortable with it. Um,
Hmm.
but for example, I got laser eye surgery and it's been one of the greatest things ever. Even though I have like a little bit of haloing and at night it's not ideal, I feel a lot better. Um, and who knows, it may actually help my eye health because I'm not throwing pieces of plastic into my eye every day. Um,
Correct. I've told you about that journey for me.
oh,
I um I wanted to get lazy. Again, this is another important thing. Wanted to get LASIK. I was tired of my eyes drying out. Go to the optometrist. He said, "Oh my God, you're a candidate for monovision." I'm like, I don't know what that means. And
yeah.
as it turned out, I got LASIK in one eye, and your brain adjusts. Took 2 weeks, and I still don't need reading glasses. I don't need any correction. Just from that one, no more contacts, no, but what I got out of it was even be- better because I had no idea that saving my reading vision was going to be such a big deal. I should I should be wearing readers. Most people think I wear readers because I wear, I do wear glasses for looks,
Uh-huh.
but it's been great. It has a double I it improved my eyesight completely and it kept my reading vision with just LASIK in one eye.
Okay.
So I'm a big fan of that. Anyway, I took us off on another tangent, but the point that to what you were saying,
Yeah.
if it enhances your look, then so be it. You're not hiding anything. You just want to
Yeah.
look your best. And because this all comes back, okay, so now I'm going to get crazy
Yeah.
about
I
this,
mean, this
but
is part
it's
of
all
this is
about,
like to set a stage so that you can be preachy about it, you know? So,
I don't want to be preachy, but this is about feeling good about yourself. It's
uh-huh.
about feeling good. And if that makes you feel good, that's what's most important. Because that gives you your power, that gives you your voice. That's all. That's the part I didn't realize how important it
Hmm.
was. So
So
if
then in the last 6 months, I think for like the one person in the room that may be hearing this, or if I do end up saving it or, cutting and throwing this up there, like how how has
my
give me the short version of because I've heard it and I
validation
just
is the
validation. And
validation,
then in the last six
absolutely.
months, has there been anything that I've either talked about or that's happened in the tights
Yeah,
community
it's
that
yeah,
has
you are very vulnerable. You put yourself out there. You you know, I I freely admit I'm not at that same place where you are,
yeah,
and I think that is really amazing.
yeah,
That's where you inspire. I'm
yeah. I
not there yet.
I
My
have the
journey is
risk of
very
being
different.
hurt. I still have the risk of having a major hurt from it because the vulnerability is higher than it's ever been, right?
Right. Right. Right.
My ex-partner could take me to court being like, "Oh, look at this guy. He's
Right.
not focused
Oh
on
yeah.
X, Y, and Z, and
Oh yeah.
he's different," all the way to like losing a job or,
Right.
so like the risk is high, or not being
Exactly.
able to get a job.
I get all of that. That's why I admire what you're doing and supportive as well.
So, and I think that it's what I agree with you. It's validation because it's what I'm trying not to do is I think there's always a nuance of what it is I'm trying to get across, which is, you know, I think I say it when it's like going out with like a group of guys. Like if I was to have a meetup or something like a, um, if I was having some sort of like group meet up with like you and Oscar and everybody, which I do have some dates for Los Angeles this fall. So if you're interested in meeting up, Los Angeles is going to happen the last week in September. I'm planning a trip, um, and we're going to probably do a tights meetup down there.
Cool.
So that'll be cool. So you should come up for that.
Yeah.
It's going to be the last Saturday in September.
and
Saturday and so.
it's not a
Oh,
full.
bummer.
Is
I'm
that a
gonna be
bad
in
weekend?
I'm gonna be in Europe. I'm gonna be
Oh,
in
killer.
London. Oh, too bad.
Bummer.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I would have done it in a heartbeat. You know that.
Ah,
Ah,
bummer. Well, if
geez.
Europe changes, which it most likely won't,
No, that's not going to change, unfortunately.
yeah,
But if
which
it
just
does,
means
I'll
that,
keep it. No, no, yeah, I'll keep it in mind. I'll keep
yeah.
it in mind,
And
definitely. God,
I
that's
think we'll still meet up at some point because I still need a trip down to see my family in Arizona,
yes,
which I'm
by all
overdue with.
means, by
And
all
then
means.
this job that I have is pretty remote focused. Like, so it's more of just getting the flight down there and being able to have dedicated internet for the week.
Right.
Um,
And likewise, I need to head back up there because I have family up there. So there's
yeah,
that. Oh, bummer. God. So well, don't,
yeah.
it'll happen.
But
It'll happen.
yeah, so
But to
like Black Heights 19, I think may show up, and then um my friend from London is gonna come over as well. So
oh, good.
that'll be cool. And then so then there's people obviously in Los Angeles that I'll try to get there. But yeah, just solidified that this week, which is exciting.
I
And
literally leave that Friday night
oh
for
my
London.
goodness, that's so sad. I'm so sorry. And actually, I'll just go ahead and add some salt to the wound. We were thinking about doing the weekend before that.
Uh, now that
I know.
oh
Sorry,
well,
mate.
it's all right. It's all right. Well, we were close, close. It will happen. It will. Anyway, I think I've never really thought about this until you asked the question. So that is off the top of my head, though. It is the vulnerability. And what you're doing is creating a pathway. And if you go back to what I was saying about as soon as I saw the first time I may have seen a guy with painted toes, I was on it. That it's a stamp, not of approval, but validation. So I'm not
So like my
alone.
some of my early photos when I would have like occasionally a story or a pic that would have like painted toenails, that was really important for you. Because
Validation.
I've I've
Total,
actually not had as many of those, here recently, and it's nothing. It has nothing to do with like I'm trying to moderate too much. It's mostly like I just haven't been going to yoga. But like for me, going to yoga with like painted toenails was like a vibe.
oh,
It's just so
oh
much
my God.
cleaner. When I go barefoot, I feel more confident. Like
Oh,
if I'm going to be
it's
barefoot around other people, it's like it's a duh because I play a lot of ultimate. I don't brush my teeth every day. I'll just be honest, and it's because it's hard to.
okay. I'm gonna tell you one thing you better take care of is your teeth. Don't lose sight of
Yes,
that one. That one is, oh my God. Anyway,
but yeah,
enough of the
I
preachiness, but I
but you get what
totally
I'm
get
trying to
that.
say, which is like
Oh
with
yeah, yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
feet when you're at yoga, it's not that people are judging you, but you also don't want to have the ugliest feet there. You want to have like the second or third most ugliest, so that people don't you
You know
know be like,
what's
oh man.
and you know what's starting to happen now? I'm getting more compliments from guys than I am from women.
And how does that make you feel? Even more
Oh,
validated?
oh God, totally, totally.
Hmm.
And the number
I
of
love.
guys that says, I wish I could do that. I'm like, you can. You know, we've been told no, it's not a choice, and it is absolutely a choice. So,
Yeah,
and if I can say that to someone, I know it's going to leave some sort of imprint.
yeah. Oh, laying outside now. Feet up. Let's go.
Way to do
It only took me
it.
4 hours to do my morning chores.
Oh, wow.
Only
Well, you're
4 hours.
working. I mean, gosh, you got a full week.
Yeah.
And I probably need to head out here, but good conversation. And I'm glad to see you. I'm finally got, I was like, oh my God, this is going to be harder now.
Yeah.
You're not
There we
as
go.
available as you were before.
I know that is true.
And I want
It's impacted
to,
even some of my friendships already. Like,
oh,
just like,
of course. And so I want to be respectful of that, by the way.
oh yeah.
So,
Well, all right. So I've been kind of like this is like gonna be like a month before it really just establishes. So first of all, thank you for your support on Patreon. It like it goes a long way. And then that's kept me locked in. Like I won't lie, like it's kept me locked in the way that we talked about. It's not about the money, but it's like, okay, there is this thing. And then it keeps me locked in on like reminding, for people that, do, there's no sexual content, but like the foot stuff, like there's some foot stuff on there that allows me to, be a little bit of a cute tease, PG-13.
Right.
I do
Right.
need to go get my nails painted here in the next couple months. Um, and then, the other thing is like this, which is like I want to have dialogue or trialogue or quadrilogue or infinite log of people, having discussion or a round table. These lives
Right.
are great. They're great. They're great. Hanging out is great, but it's hard sometimes with it being one way and me having to like even just wearing tights like to have a full body and then like see like the chat is not easy and not ideal and people come
Right.
in and come and go and so it's like you don't even know if you're talking to anybody but
No, it
uh
makes sense.
it'll be nice to have a more locked in Zoom like YouTube people can wear and they can feel safe, invite only,
Right.
heavily
Right.
moderated.
Right.
um
I don't like where you're going with it.
Yeah, and it's a slow one, but even if we get like a core group of three, that's a win. And then three will turn into four, and then four will turn into five, and five will turn into 10, and 10 will turn into 15. And then you can start scheduling it out. And that's the way I like to work.
Well,
And then
I will keep my eyes open for this, or let me know.
yeah, all
I
you
don't
have to
want to
do,
create
just so
work.
you're aware, is there is a platform that's exactly the same as Slack
Yeah.
called Discord, Discord.
I've heard of it.
Discord plugs into Patreon. If it plugged into
Okay.
Slack, I probably would do Slack. So if you go, you have two ability to connect two apps to your Patreon account. One is Vimeo, which is like
Yep.
YouTube. The other one is Discord. The reason why Discord's cool is that I can actually have members only Discord channels so that
Got it.
like if I want to have supporter only content or like I have like, hey, I want to bounce an idea off of people who have supported the project, I can do it in those threads.
Okay. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna have to go.
Yep.
But good. I will look into that and
All
I'll
right.
be in touch.
All
All
right. So good
right.
to see you. Bye, G.
Bye. Take care.
Yep. All right. Is anybody out there? Is anybody out there? I hate this stuff sometimes. All right. How we doing? Is anybody still out there? If so, let me know in chat. Oh, Dave, good to see you. What's going on? Yeah. Somebody early on in the call said, hey, you should put um, a bold color on. So I was like, all right, I'll put red on and red with the goalie jersey. So I actually enjoy these like vintage old Royce jerseys from the movie. They're in the movie Hackers, and so I collect them off of like eBay and stuff. So if you really want a connection to my heart, hit me up with some of those if you find them ever on eBay. Because I definitely want to continue to build that collection as well. So I have like four or five of them. So, and yeah, I have started receiving birthday gifts from followers, which is crazy. Um, so actually, one of the things I may do is do a promotion on my Patreon to give people like half off or a free month, so that they can get some additional content, um, as well. So if you're interested in that, hit me up. Or if you just want to try it, just hit me up and be like, "Hey, I'm interested," and I can give you a free month because it's not about the money. So, and yeah, if you have any questions, just put them into chat or um, Dave asking, do I buy tights every month? Um, yeah, I I I do, but currently I'm working through a backlog of tights. People have been sending me tights, so I got a pair of those Chinese ones that I put into the washer last month. This month I have a pair that I'm waiting to open up on my birthday, and then I probably am going to purchase some Noosh, Noosh, and some LaBelle. So if you have any other recommendations, um, those probably are the ones I'm going to get next. Um, right now, I probably have 70 pairs of unopened tights, if not more. Um, I had a guy that would buy me a lot of nudes and naturals here locally. And so I have like just an insane amount of tights from that perspective. I typically don't open the nudes or naturals as much. Um, and then I don't buy vintage tights, but the leg sheer energy that I wore to the pinball show last week were vintage. Got my Nintendo Switch. So it's just chore day in America right now. Gotta do my uh daily Animal Crossing activity. My favorite denier is 30 to 50. So it's more sheer than people think. But typically like a dark color, like a black. What about you guys? What about you? Do you buy a lot of vintage tights? If so, like, how do you ensure that the nylon, hasn't started to degrade even or like be fragile? I know a lot of people will buy like vintage stockings because the stockings won't biodegrade because they're high quality nylon. Yes, so I will be coming to London next spring, and I just solidified plans to go to Los Angeles today, actually, in the fall. So if you're interested in coming to the United States this fall, and then I'm gonna do a big Seattle conference next fall. Probably, um, I'll probably do a dry run, maybe like next spring, and have like an invite only people come to Seattle. But then I'm gonna have kind of an open, um, have a open call out here in Seattle, probably in like the October timeframe of 2026. But I should be there in the spring of 2026. Um, being in between roles from job standpoint, I got to just make sure I build up my cash reserves and and things like that. So if people are willing to pay for me to come, which is ridiculous, I may do that. But I don't like to do a GoFundMe or anything like that. But if yeah, I have people that will put me up, so I that isn't the problem. It's just the airfare. But yeah, it's a great question. Got my Animal Crossing going. Hey Christian, what's going on? Yeah, so that trip I may extend to the full Europe. So my job actually has a European group that sits in London and Austria. And so there's a chance I would go to Austria and then Switzerland because there's a guy over there, Black Tights 19, that lives there. So I have never been there. But yeah, if there's a spot you want me to check out, definitely hit me up. But I think the key is just making sure I get a flight over there. Yeah, I've been very privileged. And the truth is, I don't really like to fly very far. I flew a lot during my consulting days, and I like to fly for travel and I like to fly for work, but I don't really like to fly personally. And the reason being is I've always struggled relaxing in my days growing up, and I've always been anxious about going and taking trips. So there's I get claustrophobic on planes as well. And so I try to I try to kind of balance all of those things out. But I do enjoy um, going and meeting up with people in their everyday lives over in those areas. So like when I'm in London, I like just doing whatever those people are doing. Like if they're going to go see friends, great. But sightseeing and things like that, I don't really need to do that. It's that for me, like I like riding roller coasters, so I like to go, seek out a roller coaster to ride that, I may or may not be able to do. And if you want, feel free to come on. You don't have to share your screen. You can just audio chat if you'd like to. Very good. Hope to see you around, and thanks again for dropping in, Dave. It's really good to see you. And yeah, we are overdue for another conversation for sure. So hit me up. Hey, sure, guy. Good to see you. Feel free to ask any questions or hang out. Just doing some chores and right now kind of doing some Animal Crossing on my Switch just to kind of chill out. I've been watching golf today. I've been doing um, a lot of chores, getting ready for my kids to come over. And yeah, if you have any plans for Father's Day here in the States or wherever you're located, I hope you're having a great weekend. How we doing? Feel free, if you're hanging out, feel free to ask a question. Just hanging out. Don't be shy. Hey, hey, how we doing? Feel free to ask the question or just kind of hang out. We're just hanging out. I'm playing some Animal Crossing. Hey Tim, what's going on, man? Just chilling. Somebody somebody told me to wear bold colors today, so maybe I'm just a simp, but yeah, I ended up doing it. Just playing some Animal Crossing. What's been going on with you? When is your next upcoming trip? And what are you up to today? And feel free to come in if you want to do audio chat. That's also fine. Very nice. And then are you out of school? All right, let me try to invite you. You just don't just when you join, you should be able to turn off your camera. Hello.
Hello.
What is up?
What is up? Well, it's been a pretty chill Sunday, Saturday even.
It's good to hear. Is school out?
No, we've got 3 more weeks.
2 more weeks. Is that pretty typical, or is that
Yeah, I
unique
mean
to private?
that's no, that's early for the UK. The
Really?
schools don't break up until the end of July here.
Whoa. So do you guys start then in like October?
No, 1st of September. So state schools
Woo.
get 6 weeks holidays, and,
You guys are more
and
intense than we are here, and like ours is shorter, or meaning our summers are longer.
yeah, but I think perhaps we might get more weeks of holiday throughout the academic year though.
Got- Gotcha. Okay. Interesting.
So it's like divided up a bit more.
Cool. Outside of that, how are things? I think it's just us. So you like, I guess I'll get a couple questions. I'm not going to post this.
Okay.
Um,
Okay, I was going to ask you that. If you don't post it, then we can chat
yeah,
freely.
no, it's fine. Um, I guess I'll speak in code just in case for some reason it's up or somebody can peek in. Um, is everything, how's everything with that person?
Uh,
I guess that's
yeah,
not obvious.
yeah, good. Yeah, we're still going steady, as they used to say.
Yeah, no good.
Um, so that's keeping me out of trouble. Although he's about to travel for 6 weeks
Yep.
for work purposes.
Oh, cool.
So
So are you doing one of the trips with the students?
no, no, no. He's traveling. I'm
Oh,
not.
he's
I'm just staying local. Yeah.
nice. Are you doing a trip with your students at all, or is that not this summer?
No, this summer pretty low key actually. Don't have any travel planned for 25. I think between moving and getting stuff for the new place, and my family's coming over at Christmas time. So
Right.
yeah,
Right?
indeed. And
Uh,
how's the new job?
oh, so it's nice. It's nice. It's very challenging. Like, I guess not even challenging. It's more stimulating.
Hmm.
Being in the cryptocurrency space is really interesting,
Okay,
and being in like tax regulation and getting to like be up on European standards.
sure.
Because companies that we're working with are global. So it's like if you're doing crypto and you're transacting in, Europe or London, or like, for example, we work with Spotify
Hmm.
and like we have to deploy tax forms for artists on Spotify that are getting royalties or And like you have all these different jurisdictions around the globe. So, we need to be up on that and be able to deploy, appropriate tax forms and information pipes for all these organizations and make that easy. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing.
Nice. And are you're working in an office? Are you? You're like, I think I saw a
Yeah,
post the other
3 days
week
a week. Yeah,
having to
so 3 days a
commute.
week. It's about an
How's that?
hour
Like,
on a train, but it's dependable. So it's actually really nice. I scooter to the light rail. Even in the rain, it's not bad.
yeah,
I scooter to the train, and then I put my scooter on the train, and then I get off downtown right next to the market. And
nice.
yeah, it's easy. It's been very nice. Thanks
Yeah,
for asking.
and it's yeah, no worries. I mean, there's kind of a thing. While there's lots of benefits of working from home, the ability to go in and be in the same space with others is also like quite a powerful
Yes,
thing as
to
well, I would say.
connect.
Yeah,
To
definitely.
connect. And then I only have to go in 3 days a week. Right now, I'm going in 4 days a week because I want to build the rhythm of like, I want to build it to where like when I'm home, I feel like, okay, this is nice. Like this is a nice reprieve. Um,
Sure.
and also like when I'm at work, I get kind of locked in, it's a good thing. Like when I'm at work, it's like easier to kind of focus on work stuff.
Yeah,
Plus there's
nice.
free food and coffee machines, so that's not so bad either.
I mean, certainly take advantage of that. That's great. Well, I'm glad you found something that you're enjoying and
Thank you.
making it work for you.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And then I think that is one less variable because like it's hard to have worked so hard and then not necessarily have validation that the work that you did is like you're valuable out in the marketplace. It's very invalidating in a way.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would struggle if I wasn't working, so I totally get it for you.
And it's like there's people that I talk to, like one of the posts I want to do on LinkedIn is like, good luck. Like it's luck. Getting a
Mm.
job is luck at this point because you have people like me that hired somebody to apply 2,300 times
Yeah.
to every role under the sun. So each company had to look past my resume. You know, I was forcing them because they're using tools. I'm going to attack fire with fire and, force their hand,
Yeah.
to have to look at all my resumes, So it's just like one of those things. So yeah, but no, it was good. I was lucky to get a job, but the reality is it's really hard to get a job right now in the United States in like the tech world.
Yeah.
It's a shame because
It is.
everything's like, oh, it's AI this and AI that, and it's like consulting's talking about like how like it's only like a 4% gain,
Hmm.
and people are like getting like a nice water cooler or like a coffee machine in the office, or having a nice office is like a 10% production boost. Like it's crazy. Like so, you'd be better off just buying your staff lunch once a week.
Definitely. Those small perks definitely make such a difference to morale and all sorts of things.
Absolutely. Like we have like a sparkling water machine that's like got flavored sparkling water, and it's like they're like, yeah, like we got it because it like actually boosted morale. And I was like, I can completely see how it boosts morale. It's fucking awesome. And like they have like
Yeah, I mean,
seasonal flavors in it and shit like that. And then I get like free protein shakes and stuff. Very health
great.
focused. It's great.
That is good.
So yeah, I'm very blessed, man. It's great. And like I get to see the cruise ships leave. um, you know, right there at the Pike's Place Market, and the scooter. I get to scooter right where everybody like it'd be like scootering on the Thames to work every day. It's like when you like are walking down there and you're like people are walking from work out, on the Thames or the Thames or the Thames River. Um,
Mm.
you get what it is. It's like I would have been amazed to get to hang out and walk down there or in the Parliamentary District.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Mm.
so I've been very blessed, man. It's cool.
Cool.
Um, so I am going to Los Angeles this fall. I completely would extend an invite to you. So Simon and Black Tights 19.
Hmm.
Um, we'll be flying there in late September. So if
Okay.
you're interested in flying over, just you and I can talk first, and we'll chat about it, and then I'll give you some dates and see what your appetite is for that. So, but yeah,
Why are they going to LA?
to get travel points and stuff, and then we'll probably meet up. We're gonna do like a tights meetup at the end of that month.
Okay.
So, but yeah, and then people are kind of dipping in. So yeah, if you have any questions for us, yeah, le- legs. Oh,
Indeed.
Lepo. I have no idea what Lepo is. Is that like good looking? Do you think?
No idea. Oh, is it someone else who said
Yeah,
hello?
somebody else's chat. Oh, but
Oh.
yeah, it's so
Um.
funny, like how they have like a little icon at the top that says how many people are watching, and it's just like I think it's like a minute late. It's never
Oh
accurate.
yeah. I was gonna say I can only see one person, and then I can see that there's now two others watching in.
Yeah, I don't
Indeed.
really do it for that, but it's always just like I was just hanging out, so I was like, I'll just hang out and
Mm.
well,
So
I'm
why
playing my Animal
red
Crossing.
today? Where did the red come about?
Yeah, so somebody came on earlier who was like a spandex guy, and he was like, "Why don't you wear some bright colors?" And I was like, "All right." And so I was wearing the old soccer sweater, and
Nice.
so I was like, "Yeah, why not?" So it was matchy matchy. So yeah, this. So I was like, "Yeah."
Oh yeah, makes sense.
But yeah, I the problem with like the black shorts with it is I feel like I look like Rufio from the movie Hook. And so I just like my brain. It's kind of like the Mickey Mouse thing when you wear like black tights with like a like a white shoe or a yellow shoe. It's like, oh my God, I look like Mickey or Minnie Mouse.
Yeah, exactly.
So you don't want to like I don't want to look too kitschy. So and then I just put this on backwards. So yeah. I just was getting sick and tired of co-working on like for chores and stuff. So I was like, I'll just go on the Instagram live and just answer the every question every 5 to 10 minutes
That
of people showing up. So it's fun. It keeps me a little bit more just relaxed and locked in rather than like I need to go do stuff. Um, but yeah, yeah, I have the kids this weekend. It's Father's Day, and then my birthday's on Monday, so that'll be fun.
sweet.
So yeah, looking forward to that. It'll be cool.
Sounds good to me. Yeah, we're about to have a bit of a proper heat wave here in the UK. So, well,
Oh, it's the
not like,
worst.
but not like hot by Australian or like other country standards, but hot for the UK. And because we don't have air conditioning here, it's gonna be like as soon as it hits over 25 here, it's disgusting.
Yeah, let me pull up a I need to show you. Oh no, it won't let me. So I have my let's do the mathematics. What's 106 in Celsius? Can you do the math on your phone? One,
Um,
106. It was like 106 and like 86 in my flat. And like I have air conditioning like in my flat. So like I have these like tubes, but we don't have air conditioning. Look at what I have to do on the windows. I have to like solar panel the windows just to keep it, down, which is actually a reminder. I probably should do that. I may actually do that with you on the call, but I actually need to put up this window needs it. So that's something I'll do here in the next hour or two.
you're saying it was 106 in your place.
Yeah, outside, outside
Yeah,
of my flat.
so that's about 40 degrees Celsius.
Yeah. That's Australian heat, right?
That's bloody hot. That is.
Yeah, so that's why it's hard sometimes, like when people are like, aren't you wearing and stuff? And I'm like, no,
Uh,
like I don't. It's hot. Like in Seattle, we don't have air conditioning. And I'm
yeah.
not gonna sit there and spend $350 a month to run my air conditioners all day, every day.
No,
Um,
I bought myself a lovely fan, like a little Dyson one, and
yeah,
it's bloody brilliant. Let me tell you that.
yeah. So, but yeah, got my daughter and my middle son today. My eldest is playing baseball.
Hmm.
So that'll be good. I need to go downstairs and get my extension cord for that. I need to write that down. So extension cord today, and so you know Sky. So Sky, that's her unicorn
Love
stuff. So
that.
yeah, dude, we gotta keep it youthful around here. So I need to write down some of these things, but I may let everybody go here so I can continue. But yeah, it's good to see you, Matt.
Yeah, no worries. Let's do a proper chat soon then, mate.
Oh, actually, all right. So Oppenheimer, I got a couple quickies.
Okay.
When I went to Vegas, I went to the nuclear. Hey, Xander, what's up, man? Um, and I'll have to show Alex '90s guy what I'm wearing. Um, quick, quick chat about that. So I went to Vegas and they had the nuclear atomic museum. And at the
Okay.
Atomic Museum, they talk about, um, the testing that they did in Las Vegas.
Hmm.
And one of the interesting facts was that Vegas still has like 3 to 4 times the radioactive, like the radioaction, what do you call it? Radioactive material still in downtown. Um, compared to other cities. And so I found that to be really interesting. They had all these like old photos of like Las Vegas with like the mushroom cloud of Oppenheimer's work, even though like because they were doing it both in Los Alamos and in Vegas. So I
Nice.
found that to be really compelling.
Yeah, I love that.
And then
That's cool.
movies wise, I haven't been watching anything. Television show, not watching anything. Um, what else? Like, so I was wanting to know like if you've seen anything that you've been very um, you know, very impressed by.
There's an Amazon Prime TV series, or is on Amazon Prime here. I don't know where it is on the States, called Overcompensating, which is basically about this guy goes to college and he basically tries to overcompensate for the fact that he's gay. It's really funny, but it's got a lot of heart. Like he tries to be a bit of a jock, like just to fit in, and but he's not the only character who's trying to overcompensate for things they don't like about themselves. So yeah, it's really watchable, really funny. It's only like 8 episodes.
Very good. And
So
then
probably
any theater-based movies, or do you feel like that whole industry right now is in a little bit of a pinch?
yeah. I mean, it's interesting. Since I moved, I don't have a cinema as close to me as I used to. So like, I haven't been going as frequently as I did in the past. Um, I can't even think the last film that I saw at the cinema. Oh, I went and saw Sinners.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
How was that?
that was great. That was a really interesting like mix of different genres. It was really quite interesting. That was good fun. But yeah, I'm a bit, now it's not as accessible. I make more, I have to think, do I really want to make the effort or do I just want to stream something online?
Yeah, it's so
Um, so,
interesting. Like we're losing all these connection points within communities with people. It's so weird.
mm, yeah, definitely. But
Connections
on the plus
so
side,
important.
I'll send you a picture when we're done of like because where I live now, I'm like right in the middle of lots of bloody nature, so it's great. So I can do these most amazing walks. I'll send you a picture of where I did my little wander today. So like I did like just a little 8K walk, and it was great.
Yeah. What have you been wearing lately?
Um,
I know it's hot,
Mostly,
so it's like
yeah,
what?
it's the Calzedonia Invisible 20s are probably my like standard shears at the moment. So.
Yeah. How have you noticed the durability of those? Like, has it been pretty good? The 20s?
Yeah,
Because like I find them to be so like not durable.
yeah. You
Like
mean
they just
they're just a bit fragile, but I just have to be a bit careful, really.
yeah. You get
That's all
like
good.
3 to 5 wears out of them.
Yeah, definitely. And I just make sure careful when I wash them and stuff as well. I mean, those red ones you got on now, what are they?
These are 422, which is like kind of a niche brand. They gave me these as part of the kind of the tights meetup we had in San Francisco two years ago, if you can believe it.
Yeah.
And they they are absolutely fantastic. These are just a large, and they're
Hmm.
not XL, so they're too short, too small. So may need to do a giveaway of these. But yeah, can you hear me? Oh, oh, did I lose you? Maybe I lost the headset. One second. Ugh. Let me turn on my headset. All right. Hey, Tights dude, can you hear me? Can somebody in chat let me know if I'm still live? We may have lost this will suffice. Just got an emergency alert on our phone. We have what's here in the States, we have like an emergency alert system. So I actually just got a an Amber Alert, which is not ideal. Um, and so yeah, that was one of the things. Perfect. What's up, Hooter fan girl? How we doing? It's funny, everybody kind of coming in spurts, so it's cool. It's good to see everybody. Um, let's see here. I'm just doing some chores and stuff around the house, so I just hanging out. So if you have a question, let me know. I'm periodically sitting down. I'm wearing red 422 tights today, and things like that. So just feel free to ask a question. Like, what is really nice is if you put questions in there's like a little like button at the bottom right. So like here would be like an example question that I got in my stories that I can answer, which is like, do I get messages from my followers that they start feeling more comfortable wearing outside? And like that just gives me that option of being able to, talk about it. So, but I'm going to be making some lunch here. Pablo, good to see you. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm wearing today. Going to make some lunch, and I am going to start. I'm probably going to get going here because I want to watch a little bit of the golf before my kids get here. So, video got blurry. Okay, cool. Hopefully, we're back. All right. So, what are you guys wearing? What are you guys up to? And if you guys have any questions, let me know. Boom. I am making some. I'm going to make a burrito for lunch, and I'm going to turn on some golf because I love golf. So that's a good idea. Temperature. Interesting. Hey, Hooters fan girl. Good to see you. I'm going to put on some golf here in the background. What are you wearing today, if anything? So we have the U.S. Golf Championships going on, and so that is something that I am interested in. So I'll be watching it, and I am doing chores this morning, and that is what is going on with me. Got a question. Let's do it. Phenomenal question. Um, how would I change the way tights are sized for men? Right here. It's all right here. Like right in this area where typically the boxer brief, instead of calling it the panty, where the panty connects to the leg, I burn and blow more pairs of tights right right in this area, and it is so freaking frustrating. The other thing I would do is make sure that my tights stretch vertically like Wolfords do, so that I don't have to worry about being tall or short. Like the ones I'm wearing right now are larges and they're not tall enough. So like I get like even just like this much of a difference in the crotch can be a huge difference because if I sit down, it's just going to pull on that and then it's going to have a rip. So, what do you think? How would you change it? I don't really think that having like more, area in the for male anatomy per se is a big deal. And then the other thing I would probably do is yeah, like have a seamless that had just a more generous, hip hugging thing around the waist. So I probably would go seamless. So what do you think? I'll leave that question up. I'd love to hear what other people would say too to that. Max does Disney. What's going on? Have you done Epic Universe? If so, let me know. Oh, thanks, tights, dude. I appreciate it. What's your answer? I'm good. I probably need to get going here in about 5 minutes just to get my wits about me and make sure I do some final preparations. But put it in the chat if you want me not to go, because I can probably do both. I just don't want to just be hanging around on camera talking to nobody that's not interested. Do you live in and around the Orlando area, or is it just like you typically like to post about Disney stuff? I listen to one Disney YouTuber occasionally who talks about like how to maximize your Disney vacations, and I love it. And then the other one is Bright Sun Films, who takes like a pretty critical approach on Disney. I hate Instagram lives because I can't read it. You would echo with a couple options like a single seam up the back instead of a double seam. What I mean by that double seam is like really just that ability to have a little bit bigger butt. Like my butt is a bubble butt, and with that, like it would be a little bit more comfortable. Oh, cool. Cool. So you're a cast member. Very, very cool. So are you then in I know for a while we had Disney here in Seattle. Have you ever lived in Seattle? Yeah, it's a surprising thing. It's the only company that has a great vertical stretch, in my opinion, is Wolford. I don't know if they have a patent on their weave or something, but it's very intriguing. They're the only ones like these 422 are just too short. And they're large. I don't need to wear an XL, but like these L's are not big enough. So honestly, if you want to buy these tights, like I'm happy to sell them to you, like just for pretty much shipping, if you want them. So yeah, just reach out to me, honestly. native Floridian. Yeah, Max, Disney is an incredible company. One of my friends works for Nintendo, and actually a couple of my friends do. And whenever I get to talk to them, it's like the standards of maintaining the IP and the brand are so high that yeah, it's pretty wild to get to talk to people like that. And typically they're very much like people who work at Apple, that like they're very good with people. They assume positive intent. They have great maxims with regards to everything. Very cool. It's great to have an attitude like that, Max. This is so great to have just like a conversation with some people. Everybody's being very interactive right now. It makes it a lot easier. Um, so I will take like a quick side tangent. Um, if you join my Patreon for free, you don't have to spend anything. If you want to support, great. I always like to say that. But if you join for free and you connect your Discord, Discord, it's a video game Slack that is used by a lot of people who Twitch stream. I'm going to create a community that's going to do a little bit more video and voice chat in like a roundtable format, something that we can't do on Instagram Live. So I love this interaction, but it just makes it so much easier when I can just have voice there. Um, yes, Alex. Also at the launch of the Switch 2. I heard it was a pretty fun time to be there. I heard that I don't know exactly what it's called, but I think it's what Union Square, where the Westin is, and the Apple Store, Tiffany, Cheesecake Factory, the Macy's that's going to shut down most likely. I heard it's right there, even though it's kind of a shithole. About to. Man, we got some real good OGs. My eyes are like literally crossing. I'm also working up to wanting to wear tights. It's just so hot in Florida. The least amount of clothes, the better. LOL. Well, do you work inside of air conditioning? Awesome, Alex. And sorry for shouting out your real name earlier, but it was good to see you. But yeah, typically if you interact with me in DMs, I like to get to know people on like a human basis. So even if it's an alias that, is that like I like to be able to interact with people and actually get to know them on a one-to-one basis. Because 15 years ago, I didn't have anything like this. And if I'd have had at least somebody to talk to while working with my partner, I would have been able to have some help as to how to navigate this sensory need that I have for tights. That's one of the reasons why I want to get to know people. Yeah. So Max, like one of the things, I don't know if recently I got a new job myself and like I can't wear right now. And I can wear under pants and stuff. It's fine. But one of the reasons why I can't wear yet is I have to establish credibility. Like you're representing a brand if you were to wear at work. Um, and, it's one of those things where there's a reputation and you have lines of command and the ability to trust. So if you've been a cast member for, 8, 10, 15 years and you have the credibility, you know, I think organizations, are very supportive as long as you're dressing to their code for what they want in the office. If people are wearing covered legs, you know, a short versus a skirt, like women are allowed to wear shorts with tights. You should be able to wear shorts with tights. Yeah. See, I'm not really familiar with that. The Disney look, I'm guessing is kind of like the Yankees with like facial hair. I'm probably out of commission, like probably because of this. Actually, I would like to know, like, would I be out of the Disney look because of this? Because this is too long? Or I'm just not allowed to have facial hair? And then if so, like what's the maximum length? It's more I'm more curious. And I'm sorry to eat in front of you guys, but I'm gonna eat. Like today, the reason why I'm wearing this with the red is somebody early on in the hangout was like, "Why don't you wear bright color?" So I was wearing this red soccer jersey, and I was like, "All right." So I rock this, but I feel like I look like Rufio from the movie Hook, and I don't like feeling costumey. Cool, yeah. So like this would not be welcomed at at, at Disney. I would never wear something this bold to work. Um, but like I would wear shorts and tights. Oh, thank you. That's really kind. I think it's fun. It's a fun concept. I probably would not wear this out for just the purposes of I don't want the attention today. My body isn't craving it's craving engagement today, but it's not craving attention visually from people without interacting with them. So I'd be lying to you if it wasn't like, oh, I'm craving connection with people. That's why I'm connecting with you. Batu, it does give Christmas vibes. This kind of looks like wrapping paper. Unwrap me. Do I like wearing sandals, slides, Crocs, etc. with my tights? On here, I'm much more of a shoes guy, like simply because I don't like to show my feet. I do, again, I'm not trying to get people on Patreon. I do have feet pics for Patreon. I've had followers now for a couple years, and I just put them behind a paywall. And the reason why, and if you go on there, effectively, you can download all of them. Um, but like I can't control that. But effectively, the reason why I do that is because I don't want my feet photos out there because I don't necessarily want a workplace being able to like see feet photos. So I'll just go answer that full question. Does that answer your question? Well, you're from Florida, dude. You got to send me your favorite recommendation for sandals because I'm turning into like a flat foot guy. Right? Bittersweet. No. It's time to catch a vibe. Mm. Heartbreak mistakes. Yeah, my kids wear a lot of Crocs. Um, what type of sock? I like tube socks are funny to me. It's like something that like I never really got into, but like sheer socks. Oh, toe socks fan. Interesting. Sorry, I didn't see that. Needed to catch that vibe. Oh my gosh, Tevas. That's hilarious. I haven't heard about that. Are you able to share what you do for Walt? Yeah. All right. I'm gonna watch a little bit of the golf with you, but then I need to get going here in a couple minutes. So, and Max, if you're comfortable, you can just hop on the audio as well. You don't have to show your face. Just come on in. Just invite yourself, or I can invite you if you're interested. Very cool. Um, very cool. If you ever get access that's interesting, let me know, and I would be really interested. I haven't been to Disney in a long time, but what I'm actually most interested in is the Disney cruises, especially those out of Seattle to Alaska. So drop me a line, and if there's any tips or tricks you have, let me know. If you know anybody that works on the Alaskan side that I could have coffee with, I'd love to do that. So I'm a big fan of just grabbing coffee with people. Yeah, that's still cool. My best friend from Ohio took his kids on a cruise, and he's very, very, very tough to please. Very tough. And he was very impressed. And then I'd love to know your take on Four Seasons. Oh, that's amazing. Very cool. Yeah, we'll just have to take a cruise together. Wink. I'll dress like Mickey the whole time, and Mickey will come and touch my legs and make fun of me. But in the Caribbean, that'd be not ideal. We'd have to probably do that on the Alaskan cruise. So then, are you gonna move back to kind of the greater Orlando area, like Kissimmee? Oh, that's so kind. Yeah. No, we should have an audio chat. Talk about it. Especially, I like taking trips with people that actually um, kind of know what's going on, or like have ideas of like, oh, they want to show me, around town and stuff. I'm not a big sightseeing guy as much as just experiences guy. And I like everyday experiences more than like, oh, this is like people in Seattle, like unless you live right in the market, you're not eating lunch in the market, you're not going to the market. It's all tourist oriented. Yeah, that works. Oh. How long have you worked with Disney? And thanks for disclosing that. I mean, I know it's in your name, but that's cool. I also do work with I had my first Make-A-Wish granted last night. So I'm working with Make-A-Wish Foundation and the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and the kid wants to go to Give the Kids the World. I don't know if you ever heard of it. um, location, which I think is like 15 minutes off of property. And, and I may actually have to go volunteer down there as well. Oh shit, you've had a great run. Yeah, we'll have to talk more about that. But yeah, as part of my mental health, I needed a shift in perspective. Nylon Seattle gives me a lot. It gives me a lot. Um, Keeping it non-sexual, keeping it focused on mental health, focused on my neurodivergence, focused on my anxieties and depressions and other stuff. That is being solved, but I still don't have, I still needed something more. And I've always wanted to work with them. And so one of the things that I'm very excited about is um, being part of the grant team, which is I got introduced to the child yesterday. He's 10 years old with Hodgkin's lymphoma and met with the family. He has brother and a sister. And so all of them had a lot of options, to do whatever they wanted, and they chose Disney. Um, and ironically, the mentor who's the wish granter with me, um, he's worked at Give the Kid the World, volunteering for over 9 years. So we'll have to talk about that a little bit more. Boy fetish. That is quite the name. So if you see me a little distracted, it's watching golf here and there. Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. And wow, thank you for being so vocal. We'll have to catch up over chat. I'd like to hear more about what you've done. And then I would like I'm pretty serious. I'm pretty serious about the Alaska cruise. Probably in the next couple years, I'd like to take my kids on one. And my kids are nearing that age where they're going to be falling out of it because I don't necessarily like getting us all into an airplane and going somewhere. I really like to be able to take them, um, on a Disney level cruise from Alaska. That'd be great. And in fact, one of my friends is like a Pinnacle Club member with Royal Caribbean, and I'd probably be interested in having him join as well. And obviously, you could join, um, and make kind of like a bigger group out of it. So we'll make the big Walt. We'll make Walt happy uh, with some money. That's awesome. I'm so glad. And then also make sure to join the Patreon, Max, and then connect a Discord account so that we can get you involved with some of the video and audio stuff, roundtable stuff that we're going to be doing. Oh, cool. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I just was like, tired of doing co-working sessions virtually with people to get things done. So keeps me a little bit more in my body to be interacting, but I also need to balance it. I have to kind of get back to some things here, so I probably need to go here in about 3 minutes. But yeah, I'd love to hear your story this time different. Um, wow, we are having a lot of issues in Seattle today. Oh my gosh, not ideal. So sorry about that. So if you have any other questions before I head out here. All right, great. Thank you. Well, thank you so much for spending all this time with me, and thank you for the high level of interaction. It makes it a lot easier, and um, yeah, it's just always great. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Thanks.